By the way, I forgot to turn off the rain. I put rain when I stream and I forgot to turn it off for like half the video. Sorry about that. I go. Like one of you asked me how I shade my drawings. So I'm gonna tell you guys. As always, just don't watch this video and take it for granted. Watch other tutorials because I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. That's why the title is how I shade, not how you're supposed to shade. So let's do this real quick. You wanna get your flat colors first. If you're using Psy, just grab this tool, magic wand tool, and put it in all image. Okay, it's not working. How about the other one? Yeah, it's working. Just make it work so that it actually selects your empty space. You grab the selection option. You're gonna pick an option that's either increment or grow or expand or something like that. You want to make sure your colors are underneath your line art. And just go ahead and use the bucket tool, and instead of all image, just put working layer. So I'm gonna go over other programs, but I'm gonna focus on this program because it's the one I can shade in the best. And once you have that down, just look for imperfections like corners. It's mostly corners. Alternatively, you can just you can grab your brush tool and just, you know, paint over those areas if you'd like to do that. I think it takes a bit more time, but you get to be more precise. Just delete whatever residue you have. I'm also not gonna go a lot of into color talk because I don't know how to pick colors correctly. And once you have that, just go nuts with the bucket tool. Make sure you're painting on the right layer though. Yeah, for real small areas like this, you can just go ahead and use a brush. It's no problem. It's just easier. You see, it has a bunch of anti-aliasing, so the selection tool is going nuts. If that happens, just don't complicate things and go with the brush. You see these things that like stay there for no reason and you can't really get the wand tool, just paint over them. That's fine. Okay, for black, you don't actually want to use black. That kind of never works. So instead of just pitch black, it's gonna be a bit of gray like that, so you can add shades to it, but also tint it a little bit slightly. I guess you could do just gray, but you know, it helps though. It helps the ambient of the drawing. I think I can't explain it any better than that. It just works for me. And don't worry if you don't like the shade you pick at first, like me. I'm kind of regretting picking this shade because color correction is a big part of my progress, at least on my. Okay, and just, you know, make sure you actually paint the white in, because then stuff like this happens. I actually almost always get a gray background. Okay, once you're finally done with your base colors, just save the project, don't forget. Okay, so we have finally approached the good stuff. I kept everything under one layer. You should have probably mentioned this earlier. Can have every color in a separate layer. As a kind of a safe measure, we're only going to be painting over this one color. Alright, so to begin with, you might want to pick a base color and then move the wheel towards the cooler side. Red, warm, blue, it's colder. I'm gonna pick a colder color, not a lot, but you know, just slightly colder. But you don't have to follow this exactly. If you already know how to like pick colors, just go ahead. But if you don't, I suggest you try this. It's okay. It makes your drawings look pretty alright. So I'm gonna go pick a cooler color for the shadows. Really just go for it. You're gonna see colors start blending really weirdly. Okay, so once you kind of have your shape down like that, your shade, pick again the base color and just, you know, try to blend it in. Stroke click in between the lines where they connect. And if you want it looking softer, just soften the tip. That's, again, this is mostly for paint tool side. Okay, I just changed the settings and I think this looks better. Just copy this. And you'll see that it doesn't get very dark. You want to go darker, just go darker. I mean colder and darker. And ta-da! You're good to go. Alright, I told you guys I was not an expert, okay? Blame it on me. Okay, you want to make sure you pick a light source too, so you know where to shade. Yeah, I haven't really done this for a good while. I should probably do some more research myself. Yeah, I'm not getting the contrast I really want. What if I use black? Okay, let's go just straight to blue. Maybe that'll do something. Alright. Okay, that's better. It's giving me better results. Just, hey, you guys asked me for what I did. This is what I do. Just trial and error, perseverance. It's looking fine, in my opinion. Alright, let's go to the red and just deselect that. Select red and I go lower to like pink, a darker color, and just kind of try it out. I don't quite like that shade, so I'm gonna go even pinker. And that does alright for me. I want to pay attention to my wrinkles because I added wrinkles to the shirt. You can't really, can't really see much because of the dragon. Don't really know what other tips to share here. Pick a color, paint, blend, pick your other color or the middle color and blend even more. Again, I can't really hold your hand when doing this. I do a lot of choices that I can't really explain why. It just makes sense to me. I'm not a great teacher, to be honest. But if you do need the extra help, just follow me on Twitter, send me a DM, and I'll do what I can to help. You can also join my Discord if you'd like. If you ask a question there, either me or other person could try to help. But that's enough spam. Let me just keep drawing. And this is looking pretty okay. If you don't like the depth of it, just pick darker colors. If you need more depth, or add more contrast, more darkness. Alright, so that's very cool and all, but you still need highlights, like I said, shadows go towards cool colors, highlights go to warmer colors. So you can do that. I think that should work and make it lighter. Hopefully that works. Hopefully the videos I watched were right. And you usually want to use soft brushes for that, right? That's the shadow. The light is on this side of the knee. Shade that in. Blend it real well. And I think you're good. I don't know if it's I think missing some of this. Yeah, it looks good. Let me just keep blending. And boom! You added a highlight. The leg shape is kind of weird, but that's because of the way I colored it. Just make sure you actually shape your highlights as well. Don't just, paint for the sake of painting. Well, that needs more work. I'll work on that later. You want to go lighter? Go on. I don't really suggest jumping straight to like highlight color. That's for another. You can if you really need this to glow. But no, I'm gonna undo that. all that. And that's how you add highlights. Now, if you're already pretty happy about your drawing and you feel like you need more depth, even you want to bring it even more to life, kinda, just make a new layer, put it in multiply mode, lower the opacity, and pick a cool color. Usually cool colors work well, but again, if you know how to use colors better, go on, use your greens and your oranges and stuff. But for now, I'm just gonna go with a very basic blue shadow, and I'm not gonna worry about that all too much. I'm actually gonna go soft, really soft, very low density. You need to erase something, just lower the density, the hardness or softness of the brush, and go on, erase your way out of it. Now, you see I'm making a mess. That's because I can actually erase this with confidence since there's no other colors in this layer. Okay, that's pretty right. So it should add a bit more depth, you know, just make things have more depth. I don't know how else to explain it. And you need it to be even more deep, just higher the opacity. Or you can always, you know, hue and saturation, you can always color correct. You need it darker, just darken it all the way. You need another color, you want to try different colors for your that one leg, just, you know, change the color. Go nuts. I think I'm fine with this. I use it as a bonus when I'm using Paint Tool Psi, but I'll actually go for this method instead of blending in other programs if, you know, if I'm not really comfortable with painting on that. There you go. You want to blur it out, want to smooth it out. They told me, some good artist friends told me not to overdo this, but you know, sometimes you just do things too rough and you want them to be kind of smooth. And if that's the case, just use the blur tool. There's no shame on that. Alright, so that's without, width. And that adds depth to your drawing, alright? And I think that's all I'm gonna talk about here. Again, I don't know how to explain colors, so I'm not gonna go into depth on that. And I don't know how to explain where to put the shadows. So you're gonna have to study that on your own. Once I get pretty confident with it, I can make another video, but you know, my videos are not very good. And let's move on to another program. Okay, I turned off the rain now. You guys should have said something. I am in Krita now. If you guys don't know it, it's a pretty cool program. It's free. It's like very similar to Photoshop. It's really good. Okay, I have isolated my line art and my hair color, and what we're actually gonna do here is that we're gonna create a clipping mask if possible. Yeah, no, I don't know how to use this program, but what I can do is to make another mask here, so I can't paint outside of the lines. All right, we're gonna grab a cute little brush. Not that one for sure. I guess we could use this. All right, same plan. Gonna go colder and darker. We're gonna go right on it and paint. Alright, we can now select that back and paint on it. In this case, my brush doesn't actually change size, so it's a bit weird. But it's the same idea. And I want it looking darker, so, you know, colder, darker. Her hair is actually looking pretty purple. Like you can see here, that's why we're gonna add color correction at the end. The next program I'm gonna show you guys is Photoshop, so let me just, you get the idea. Alright, you can get some pretty okay looking things here with kind of the same technique. Again, I'm not an expert with the brushes and things like that, but it's looking pretty alright. Not on the same level as Paint Tool Psi, that's why I prefer that program for painting, but you know, you can get some real nice shading in this program as well. Again, maybe there's another tool that's better for this than the one I picked. I don't know my way around this program. that well just yet. I almost forget about the highlights. What brush was I using? I think it was this. It's called marker, chisel, smooth, chisel, whatever. Yeah, so color, brighter. See, good highlights, good highlights. If you over highlight, just you know, go back with the shadow color and give it another go. Pretty okay coloring overall. The last program we're gonna use is Photoshop, and I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'm really bad at using Photoshop for painting at the very least. So I'm gonna improvise because Photoshop doesn't have any cool brushes, right? Well, you probably don't know either. So okay, I'm gonna try to use it kind of pink. Pink is kind of always good for skin tones, a bit more red. And that I think that you know, kind of reaches the more purplish color we were using. I'm gonna try. I lowered the opacity for this one. I just lower the opacity because I don't really know how to do it in this program. This is a tough one. And again, I'm just painting with the mouse right now. Maybe I can get some more details in by using my pen. It's doing weird things. Not supposed to be behaving like this. But I don't think a lot of people use Photoshop for this. These type of things at least. So we're all good. I hope. Again, maybe color picking the middle tones works a bit better. Yeah, not my best work, definitely. Let me try to go nuts with the contrast. I mean, the face usually doesn't have that much contrast unless you specifically wanted to for the sake of the theme of the drawing. Let's see highlights. So yeah, the takeaway from this story is don't use Photoshop or watch another video because this one's not gonna work for you. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. You can, it's fine. If you really need to use Photoshop, you go on, try this, but don't at the same time watch another video. You're better off without me, man. Last thing that I can do in this program is the coloring. You know, I want these to be gray or blackish. Control U to just, you know, select my colors. That's less light or less color, my bad. So now they're black. Now you can make them darker so they look really black. You can leave the color on. I don't know, man. It depends on you. It's just taste what they used to look like, and that's what it looks like now. Again, completely up to you. I like them better like that, to be honest. But I am gonna fix it here. More black. Less color. Alright. Looks a bit brown. You can even desaturate it, make a new layer. And just tint it slightly. Yeah, now so you can just go to multiply or just reduce this. I think you can use color for this as well. Yeah, so it's slightly colored, but it's still gray, and you can change the color of this if you like. Make it whatever color you please. Right, maybe kind of blue. I don't know, it's up to you, man. I know it doesn't look good right now, it's because I'm not really trying. But that's my painting, my coloring overall. Kind of stretched out across different programs in case you use another one, but it just stick to paint tool side. That's the best, and it's free. I was gonna cover Ivis Paint, but I don't really feel like recording my Android. Plus you can kind of follow the same steps. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope again hope it helped a bit, and watch another video. Don't stick to this one. Bye.